welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka AGAPELOVEGIRL. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, it is time for a beauty replay. I'm actually posting this video a little bit earlier than normal just because the first product I'm going to talk about, I have a giveaway going on and it's on a time frame, so I want to get this video up and that information out as soon as possible. But typically I like to put this video up within at least the first week of the month, so anyways, there's that. If you are new here, Beauty Replay is a monthly series I do on my channel where I recap and share my updated thoughts and opinions on all the new or new to me products that I tested out the previous month. In addition to that, I also do share a small clip on the screen as I'm talking about the products so you guys can see them in action, and that's where the replay comes in to this video, and I find it's more helpful so you guys can see the product in action as you hear me talking about that. Now, these clips do come from other videos on my channel currently, so if you would like to see them more in depth, if you haven't already, I usually always try to link everything I can in the eye. If not, it will be in the description box. Other video sources could be from my IGTV and things like that, so I will try to link everything that I can, so check the description box for all that stuff. Alright, I actually don't have too many new products to share with you guys this month, but these videos do tend to still be quite long because I tend to have a lot of things to say about products, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Now, as I mentioned, the first product, there is a giveaway going on. That giveaway does end on the 6th of this month, so if you are interested, definitely don't forget to check that out. That giveaway link will be in the description box. Now, I do want to say that I did partner up with this brand, so you may or may not consider this a sponsorship. However, my partnership was purely product based. I am not being paid. They simply sent me these products for me to review and share my thoughts and opinions and my kind of journey in a video with you. So that's where this comes into play, and I just want to be fully transparent with you guys. Regardless of products being sent to me or not, I am always honest with you guys. Anyone who's familiar with my channel can attest to that. I always share the good and the bad, the ups and downs, no matter if a product was purchased myself or sent to me for free. But anyways, this is a little bit different of a product. It's not a makeup product, but it is a beauty product. Let me go ahead and just tell you what the brand and product is. So the brand is called Formulate, and it is a shampoo and conditioner. And I've actually only been using this for like a week and a half. So I know in my beauty replay videos, I usually only review products that I have tested for the full month, but I feel like I am pretty familiar enough with these products and my results so far that I'm confident to be able to tell you my thoughts so far. And if you guys are really interested, let me know and I'll just go ahead and do an update in next month's beauty replay. But again, I want to make sure to talk about it now so you guys can have time to enter the giveaway. So anyways, Formulate is a shampoo and conditioner brand, like I mentioned, and as the brand name suggests, Formulate, this brand custom formulates your shampoo and conditioner with you. So you are assigned a chemist that will custom create your shampoo and conditioner so you have the most healthy hair and scalp and just have your best hair possible. So what's really cool is that you sign up and you will take this pretty in-depth survey. They ask all kinds of questions about your hair so they can really know for sure what your hair type is and what your needs are. And then they will go into asking like what your concerns are, what things do you want to focus on, what do you want your shampoo and conditioner to do and to help with. When you get your shampoo and conditioner, mine arrived in this box that I have here, and the shampoo and conditioner were here, and then you do get this card, and there's also an app you can download that has all your information in there as well. So I thought that's really cool, so I can look at all my stuff and even adjust things on there for the next time I order this. So if there's anything that maybe I'm not liking about the shampoo right now, whether smell or just anything I need adjusted, I can adjust it in the app, and your chemist will adjust your shampoo and conditioner. But anyways, in your box you'll get this card that has all your information in here, and it tells me who my chemist is and then my formula technician, and then it goes into all the different things. So it says this is you, my natural hair color is brown, thickness of my hair is coarse, it asks about moisture, I have dry hair. Texture, it's wavy, length, mine's long, scalp not sensitive, and this says this is where you're going. And I chose curl definition because I do have a wavy curly hair, so I wanted something that would help with my curl definition, to bring my natural curls out, something to help with split ends, something to help with length because I love my long hair and I want to keep it growing long and strong, anti-frizz because typically my hair is very frizzy, and something that volumizes. And so then it goes into how you'll get there. there, and it talks about all the things with my shampoo and conditioner. And then it has the smell. You can choose your scents, and I do believe there's also a fragrance-free option. And then even within the scents, you can say if you want it to be a really strong scent, a medium scent, or a really mild scent. And I chose the medium, which, and I mentioned this in my first impressions video, that the scent wasn't too strong, or like I could smell it. It smells really pleasant in the bottle while I'm washing my hair, but I didn't really notice the scent of the shampoo until later on once my hair was fully dry, and then I can really smell the scent of the shampoo in my hair, which was really lovely, I actually thought. And then underneath the fragrance, it says ingredient insight. It says it's crazy that we often don't know what we're putting in our hair. I mean, that's kind of true. It's our goal to change that, allow us to give you more information about some of the ingredients we selected for you. And so there's a few ingredients here, and it tells a little bit about that. It says our formulas are cold mix, sulfate-free, paraben-free, dye-free, and cruelty-free. So anyways, I know that's a lot of information. I just want to be able to share like all of it with you because I think that's really cool. Now, I'm not someone who's super knowledgeable about hair stuff, but I do buy like salon quality shampoos ever since I started like blonding my hair. So I definitely do care about, you know, the quality of my hair and wanting to take the best care of it. And then typically I do use oils in my hair as well, just to manage the frizz and things like that. But I will say that since using the Formulate shampoo, I have not used any product in my hair. And this is why I felt like kind of confident to be able to share at least my journey so far with you with these products, because I am really, really impressed. I did do a first impressions video for my IGTV, and not much has changed since then. As far as like my opinion, because right off the bat I was impressed. The very first time I used this shampoo and conditioner, I was just blown away. So I did wash my hair last night. I let it air dry. I literally have no frizz, but also like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the volume of my hair, I actually had to kind of tame it down a little bit because I had so much volume today. It was a little bit wild, so I kind of was like kind of combing my hair down a little bit, but like the volume of my hair has been kind of amazing and mind-blowing, because usually I don't get that kind of volume until it's like third day dirty hair and dry shampoo that helps give it some volume and lift. Other than that, my hair is usually pretty like kind of more flat to my head, you know what I mean? So this really truly has been giving me such amazing volume, which blows my mind to have my hair look like this without any product in it. I did not put any product in it. And like I said, typically I use oils in my hair to help with the dryness and the frizz, and literally this is totally product-free hair. And I will say that I definitely do feel like my natural curls are finally starting to kind of pop through. And I'm really not sure if you guys can tell much of a difference here on camera about how my hair looks compared to how it normally looks in, or has been looking in previous videos, but honestly, like I am just so impressed with the way my hair looks right now. I feel like it looks so beautiful and so just nice, and I didn't really have to do anything to it, which I really appreciate because I'm super, super low maintenance when it comes to my hair. So I like to be able to have product like a shampoo and conditioner, like literally that's all I have to do. So now that cuts out me having to use my oils and things like that, and I actually haven't even been using my dry shampoo or anything, and my hair just looks fabulous. Like I mean, I just feel like it looks so good, and it's so like easy to maintain. So I've just been really, really impressed, and so I'm really excited to see how my hair will progress and improve as I continue to use this shampoo. And like I said, if you guys are interested, I will definitely update like my shampoo journey with Formulate in next month's beauty replay video. But overall, I am just really, really impressed. I will say that it is a little bit more expensive than salon brand shampoo and conditioner. So if you're someone who typically only buys products at the drugstore and you don't like spending a lot of money on shampoos and conditioners, then you may or may not be interested in this. But I would say at least enter the giveaway, and so you can have a chance at getting yourself shampoo and conditioner for free to try. I mean, you will be blown away. So anyways, that was a lot of information, I know, and this portion has already gone so long. I already told you this video is probably gonna get long, but anyways, I think that's everything I have to say about Formulate and my experience so far. So anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next products. Alright, so next up I want to talk about some lipsticks. So I received some lipsticks from Revlon. I actually received quite a bit of PR from Revlon and did like a almost full face. Why can't I talk today? I did an almost full face of Revlon products, and I did do my updated review on the Revlon products in last month's beauty replay, but the lipsticks were a lot more new to me. I hadn't had much time to test them out as I had the other products, so that's why they're in this month's beauty replay. Now, if you did watch that video on Revlon, I will just give you a spoiler. My opinions have not changed on these. They're pretty much the same as they were in that kind of like more so first impressions video, but I will just talk about them obviously for those who haven't heard my thoughts on them. So anyways, there's two types of lipsticks I was sent, so I'm going to talk about the one that I didn't like as much, and I will just say I don't think they're a bad lipstick, it's just not my preference for lipstick. So these were the Revlon Super Lustrous Matte Lipsticks. It says they're new. I don't know how new they are, but they look like this. I really like the packaging. I feel like the packaging's really sleek and nice. It's like this soft velvet matte look, and they are matte formulas, but they're more of a like very soft powdery matte. And in my Revlon video I mentioned that they honestly could be dupes for the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks. I honestly believe that. I even pulled it back out here again to compare them. If you are familiar with the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick formula and like them and we're looking for an affordable dupe or just maybe a more variety of colors, I don't really know how many colors MAC has of these. I'm not familiar with MAC products that much, but I do have two of these MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks. And honestly, these are so similar in formula. So if you like those, definitely check out the Revlon ones. I think you would love them. They're very similar as far as that like soft matte creamy, very comfortable lipstick that has a little bit of a powdery matte finish. I think it's a comfortable formula, but it's just not my favorite because I don't think it's as flattering on my lips because I do have dry lips. So I find that these just kind of, they just don't look great on my lips. Even when my lips are not dry or not flaky, this formula just kind of settles into my little lip lines and stuff like that. Not feathering out, but like, I don't know, my lips are just very liney and dry, and so I just don't think it's a flattering formula for me, but I do find that they are very comfortable to wear, and I think that they wear very well. The one day that I was testing one of the lipsticks out and wore it for quite a long period of time, I did drink with it. I didn't eat with it. I ended up taking it off before I ate, but I was drinking with it and things like that, and they aren't like transfer proof, so that does transfer, but I felt like it wore away pretty gracefully. So when I looked in the mirror before I took it off when I was going to eat dinner, it still looked really nice even though I had been drinking and it had transferred and stuff like that. So I felt like it wore pretty well, but I still it wasn't my preference. Not terrible lipsticks, just not my preference. So the next lipstick I want to talk about again is from Revlon, and these were a big win for me. And these are their Super Lustrous like gloss shine lipsticks, and I think these are new too. Now the only one downside I have about these lipsticks is that I feel like the packaging just seems so much more cheap compared to these ones. These ones look really luxe, and these ones are just like really plasticky. And then like this one has a sticker right here, which is nice. Like I'm not even going to worry about removing it because I don't need to use the lipstick. But these ones had like a big old sticker all the way across. Like you could not open the lipstick until you took the sticker off, and now I still have all this sticky, goopy, yucky sticker residue on these lipsticks that I really like. And anyway, so that's the one annoying thing. But anyways, this is what these ones look like. This is the clear, more like a balm one. And these are like a lipstick and a lip gloss in one. I'm actually wearing one shade on my lips today. This is the shade Rum Raisin, and it's just so comfortable. I like that they give a nice soft wash of color, but it's not full bam pigmentation that you would get with a regular lipstick, but it still gives enough color to, you know, add a little something, but it's so comfortable to wear. It feels like a lip balm. When they go on, they glide on just so nicely and just feel so comfortable, and have a little bit, and these ones smell really good too. Ooh, they have a nice little shine. Anyways, so I've actually been really gravitating towards the shade Rum Raisin quite a bit, just because it's such a nice, perfectly like neutral shade that I think is great for like everyday wear, and almost like I feel like it goes really well with every look no matter what makeup you're wearing. So I've been reaching for this one quite a bit, and then the other shade I've been reaching for a lot is Glossed Up Rose, which looks like this. It's kind of a similar color, but maybe a little bit more pinky, whereas this one's a little bit more browny mauve or whatever. So anyways, I got a few shades of those and I've really been enjoying them so much. If you guys know me, you know I'm not the type of person who really reaches for lipsticks a lot. I'm more of a lip balm girl and a lip gloss girl, but the fact that I keep reaching for these constantly throughout the last month, like I feel like says a lot. Like I really love these, and even though I don't need any more lipsticks, I have been tempted to purchase a few more shades of these just because I like them that much. So I feel like that kind of speaks volumes. I haven't given in to purchasing them yet because I'm like, I do not need to be buying lipsticks or lip glosses or lip balms, but I've been very tempted just because I like these so much. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next product. So the next product I have to talk about is lashes, and I've talked about this brand a few times on my channel already, so you may be getting sick and tired of hearing me mention them. And I've used these lashes, they've pretty much been the main pair of lashes that I've been using throughout the month. Today I'm actually wearing the Pure Cosmetics Socialite. No wait, is that? Let me see. Yeah, Socialite lashes. These are brand new to me that I was sent a while ago and I had never used, and I was like, oh, I want to kind of give those a shot today. So anyways, this is the brand Virtuous by Veronica. This is a brand new lash brand, and I'm kind of laughing because I feel like I've said this so many times, so I'm sorry if you're hearing me repeat this a lot, but anyways, started by a woman named Veronica, of course. She is a Christian, so this is a faith-based brand. Her brand is inspired by Proverbs 31, the Proverbs 31 woman. So all of her lashes are named kind of like with that theme in mind and faith-based. This is style favored. I really do love the packaging. I think it's really sleek. I love that it's rose gold and just these little touches right here on the edge. And I love the fact that you're getting two pair of lashes in one. I don't think I've really seen a lot of brands do that, so I think that's a really cool. And these are $32. So remember, you're getting the two pair of lashes for $32. So that puts it at what, $16 per pair of lash, which is kind of on par with what's been my favorite lash for the longest time, the Pure Cosmetics Bombshell lashes. I believe their lashes are $14. But she did give me a discount code. I'm not quite sure if this is an affiliate code or just a regular discount code. I will have to reach out to her and ask, and I'll put a little disclaimer in the description box. But the code is AGAPELOVEGIRL, and that will save you 25% off, which is a pretty good discount. So I think, I'm not the best at math, but I think if with the discount, that actually makes them a little bit cheaper than the Pure Cosmetics ones. But either way, I don't know what you guys feel comfortable spending on lashes, but about that $14 price range is what I usually spend, because you guys know that I love the Pure Cosmetics ones. I've repurchased them a bunch of times, so I don't think this is unreasonable, especially considering they are reusable, and most lash brands that are similar to this style are much more expensive. They're usually about like $32, or with like $25 to $32 in that price range, which I have some lashes that are in that price range that I think are beautiful, that I think are great, but I don't reach for a ton because there are much more affordable lashes that are just as beautiful, like I mentioned, the Pure Cosmetics ones, and then now this lash brand. So I've really been enjoying these lashes. The style favorite that I have, I think, is really beautiful. They definitely add a touch of like drama and glam to a look, but they're not very heavy. They're very comfortable to wear, very easy to wear, so I've been really enjoying them quite a bit. So anyways, they're pretty close up there with my favorites from Pure Cosmetics. I don't know if they've quite beaten them out. Maybe I've just it's the style. I just love the bombshell lashes from Pure Cosmetics, but I really do love these lashes quite a bit. So anyways, if you have been on the lookout for some new lashes to try and want to support a woman-owned business, I definitely encourage you guys to check her out. Alright, up next I have several new highlighters to talk about. I had quite a few in my makeup basket this month and that were brand new to me. So the first one is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter in the shade Trophy Wife. This was sent to me from a friend who I believe got it in BoxyCharm, and she knew it wouldn't work for her, that she wouldn't really wear it. She asked if I would be interested in having it, and I was definitely interested. I've never tried anything from Fenty Beauty before, and so I thought it'd be kind of cool to test this highlighter out. I am someone who does like gold highlighters. I think they complement my skin pretty well, so I was excited to give this a try. Now I'm going to go ahead and swatch this for you. This highlight is really nice. I wasn't sure if it would be too pigmented and deep for my skin tone, so I thought maybe if anything I could use it as an eyeshadow, but it's actually not like too insane. Like, it's not too intense. Like, you see that? Like, it blends onto the skin really nicely to where it's not looking like just a stripe of gold for my skin tone, at least, which I think is really nice. But this is a very like sparkly almost glittery highlighter. I wouldn't say it's like a chunky glitter, but it's definitely like more so a sparkly glitter type of highlighter. So I do think for the fact that it is much more of a sparkly kind of glitter-esque highlighter, this won't be a highlighter that is, you know, suited for everybody or everybody's preference, but I definitely don't mind it. I did use it quite a bit as a face highlighter, as well as a few times as like an inner corner pop to enhance eyeshadows and things like that, and I really enjoyed it. So I can't actually remember if this was a product that was kind of limited edition or if it's still available or not, but if this is a highlighter that interests you and you have like skin tone that's similar to mine or even a little bit deeper, I think you would really like this highlighter. Next up is a blush and highlighter palette, and this was actually sent to me from the same friend who got it in a BoxyCharm, and she knew this wouldn't be a shade match for her, but this is the Zoeva Premier blush and highlighting palette, and I really enjoyed this. This blush shade I think is absolutely stunning. I feel like it's a really gorgeous shade that was very complimentary to a lot of the looks I wore. I feel like this is the blush I wore the most this month. I just really enjoyed it. It is very pigmented, so I did use it often with a duo fiber brush. I think this palette would be probably better suited for someone with a little bit darker skin tone than I, or maybe a little bit better for me when I, during the summer when my skin gets a little bit darker. But even as my skin tone now, I feel like these products looked pretty good on my skin. Just I had to go in very, very lightly with the blush. But these are so creamy and just easily blendable, so I really enjoyed trying this. I don't think that I've tried anything from Zoeva before, so this is my first time trying Zoeva products, but I'm really impressed with the quality of how like just soft and creamy and finely milled these are. Now, I did have a little accident with this palette at first because of how soft they are. If you watch my makeup basket video for the month of April, well, we're still in this month, I guess technically for this month, you would have saw the little accident I had. Literally, I don't know what happened, but I just opened this up and kind of flipped it over to move the little sleeve that was in here out of the way, and this pink highlight just flopped out, but because it was so soft, I was able to just kind of like close the lid and get it to go back in its pan and just pressed it back into place. And since then I haven't had any issues with it like falling back out, but I am still being very careful with it. I don't want to like tip it over too much, but yeah, they're very soft powders, but really creamy and very blendable and just really beautiful. So anyways, I might as well just go ahead and swatch these for you real quick so you can get an idea of what they look like. But super beautiful palette. I'd love to know if you guys are familiar with Zoeva. Since trying this palette, I'm much more intrigued, let me blend this a little bit, to try more from Zoeva because these were just really lovely products. I'm guessing if you guys get BoxyCharm, any of you, if you got this palette in your box, I'd love to know what you thought about it. But I was really impressed and really thankful that my friend thought of me to send me these products to try it because I really enjoyed them this month. Alright, next up is a highlighter that is very interesting. Now, I do talk a lot about this in my video I literally just posted before this, playing in new makeup products and some old favorites. So I'm going to have some clips on the screen here so you can see it in action, but I definitely encourage you guys to check out that video if you haven't yet already, because I do share like exactly all the information on this, which I probably should have just waited for this video so I can have it here. But anyways, it is what it is. Rather than having to repeat the same exact information twice, I'm just going to kind of keep it a little bit more brief here. But this is called Strobescope, and it's from a brand called Moonplay, and this is a highlighting powder. It's called their Hyper Flash Powder, but according to them, it's a multi-use powder that you can use for setting powder. You can mix it with your foundation or your concealer and use it for like just a really luminosity. It's supposed to have like this special technology that offers like reflect pigment and give this perfection to your skin and things like that. Anyways, it seemed a bit like, wow, okay, that's some interesting claims. But then when I use it as a highlight, which you guys are going to see in this clip, it is bam pigmentation. So I hadn't at that point, up until that point using it, been brave enough to use it as like a setting powder or over top of my foundation, like, you know, to set all over my face, because this is super pigmented and shiny. Like, it gives this out of this world type of glow. So I thought, this is not a product for me to use as a setting powder. But I did actually just yesterday, and I didn't take any photos because I felt like you couldn't really see in the photos, which was really interesting. So I apologize. Wait, did I take photos yesterday? Let me look real quick. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. No. Oh well. No, I didn't. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to double check. Anyways, I did decide to see what it might look like as a if I used it kind of as a setting powder. So I did put on my foundation and concealer, and I took a very fluffy soft brush and just lightly, like ever so lightly, dipped a little bit into here and dipped, like kind of patted most of it off and lightly like set all over my face, and it actually wasn't too crazy. So I mean, I think if you guys wanted to see me demo this to see what it looked like, I can probably do that, but I was surprised that it really didn't. I mean, definitely my face was sparkly, shiny kind of ish, but not in the sense of like it looked like I was doing the full face highlighter challenge or anything like that. So I was kind of surprised by it. So I think you probably could use it as a setting powder, but I think it's gonna look probably the very best as a highlighter. It is a stunning glow. You're getting a lot of product, and I think that's because it's supposed to be multi-use. I don't know how much this cost. This was sent to me randomly. I can't even remember how I got it, but I got it a long time ago, and then I had set it aside in a drawer and completely forgot about it until I was cleaning my office this past month, and I found a drawer full of a bunch of new stuff that I had never tried before, and I was like, oh, okay, wow, I'm gonna pull this out. And so I wanted to have this in my makeup basket this month. And anyways, I've used this quite a bit just as a highlighter, and I think it's stunning. I think it's really beautiful, but it's definitely an interesting product. And Moonplay is a brand I've never heard of before, but as I mentioned in my other video, if you guys have heard of this brand or are familiar with Strobescope and these products, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on them. Do you use it as a setting powder? Is it just more like a highlighting powder to you? So definitely an interesting product that I actually really enjoyed using and playing around with this past month. So moving on to the next product, this is an eyeshadow palette or eyeshadow bundle collection from NBA Cosmetics. I mentioned in my makeup basket video for this month that I was going to be getting these collections from NBA Cosmetics, and one of them came with a few broken shadows, so I am waiting on replacement. So I really just decided to focus on this one eyeshadow collection this month, and this has been pretty much the main eyeshadows I've been using this month and really have been enjoying it. But this is the I always mess up the name. It's the Viva La Vida collection from NBA Cosmetics. It is such a beautiful collection. So it is a mix of 3 matte shadows. That is their new matte formula, and then there are 5 of their Silk Effects shadows. And this is such a fun collection. Now, you guys know me, I'm not super big into blues, but there was something about this like color story that really intrigued me and really got me excited to play around with all of these shadows, including the blues. So I did create several looks. I'll probably for right now just put photos on the screen of the looks that I've created with this palette. I feel like I've created a bunch, but I did film some of these looks you're gonna see, and I'm putting together a 3 looks 1 palette with this, so that video should be up sometime within the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that, so you'll have you know, tutorials to see this palette in action. But I really enjoyed this collection so much. I'm gonna go and just swatch them for you so you guys can see what they look like. Their new matte formula is honestly so lovely. I've really been enjoying it. So I've mentioned before that I feel like their matte formula is a little bit more of a drier formula, but I feel like when I think back about saying that, it sounds like such a bad thing, and it's definitely not a bad thing. I feel like it's like a dry formula in the way that there's not a ton of kick up in the pan, which is really nice, but they're still so creamy when you go to blend them and apply them to the lid, and it's just like such a unique, interesting formula that I've just really been enjoying. And so anyways, I just want to mention that because I feel like the last couple times I've mentioned the NBA Cosmetics new matte formula, I've said like, oh, it's a dry formula, and I'm like, that probably sounds so bad. And it's not a bad thing at all. Like, they are just wonderful. Just look how creamy it swatches. But you'll also see that they apply and blend beautifully on the eyes, which is what matters the most. But anyway, so there's the swatches. That yellow's quite light compared to my skin tone, but a really beautiful like palette and color story, I think, that I've just really been enjoying using. And I feel like these colors are just so I really like the way they look on my eyes, so I've really been enjoying playing with these colors so much, and I can't wait for you guys to see the video that I'm working on. I'm actually, I did reach out to Sherry, the owner of NBA Cosmetics, to see if she would also be interested in joining the kind of series I'm hoping to start on my channel of doing interviews with small business brands. So I reached out to her to see if she'd be up for doing the interview as well. So I'm hoping that if she is cool with that, for my 3 looks 1 palette video with this palette, I will include an interview with her as well. But anyways, in case you are curious, this eyeshadow bundle collection is $20 for the eyeshadows alone, but if you like them in this NBA Cosmetics palette, it's just $4 extra, so it would be $24 for the palette. And then also I do have an affiliate code with them. The code is AGAPELOVE, so if this is a color story that speaks to you, or if you've been wanting to try anything from NBA Cosmetics, you can use that discount code if you are comfortable using affiliate codes. But anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next product. And I have some products from Tarte that I received in PR to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into those. So the first one I want to talk about is their Maracuja Miracle Mist, which I do believe is a brand new product to Tarte. And this is my favorite thing that I've tried from Tarte that they sent me. It is a very nice continuous mist spray. I'm going to show you. I don't even know if you can see it because it's just so fine. It's just so lovely. It sprays like an aerosol, but it is not an aerosol spray. And I really like this. You guys probably know by now that the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray is one of my favorites because I just love the way it sprays. But that one does add a little bit more of a dewy finish, where I feel like this one adds a little bit more of a natural finish. It's not quite matte, like it doesn't dry out your skin, but it doesn't leave you dewy at all, like I feel like the Morphe one can, especially if you use a little bit too much. Anyway, so I feel like I like this one a little bit more than the Morphe one, but unfortunately this one is a little bit more expensive. The Morphe setting spray is $16, whereas this one is $23, which that's a lot of money for a setting spray. I know it's Tarte, and Tarte Cosmetics is a high-end brand. It's a little bit more of an expensive brand, but I'm kind of like, that's a lot of money for a setting spray. So I don't know if this would be something I would repurchase with my own money if it were on sale. I think I definitely would. But the nice thing about the Morphe setting spray is that, like I said, it's $16, which even that I feel like is kind of expensive for a setting spray. But oftentimes Ulta will do this thing where you can buy 2 of their setting sprays, of the Morphe setting spray for $22, and that's usually when I will buy it, and I will kind of stock up because I think that's such a good deal. So anyways, I do like it quite a bit. And I do want to read a little bit more information about it just so you guys can have the full information, because I feel like maybe that might make this a little bit more worth it to you, because there are some good things about it, but I don't know, I feel like with setting sprays there's so many really great ones out there that are really affordable that I don't think you should have to spend this kind of money on it, but I do really like this a lot. So anyways, it says, prepare to be obsessed with this ultra fine continuous vegan superfruit setting mist that effortlessly refreshes the skin and sets makeup for 12 hours with a natural radiant finish, so skin looks healthy and hydrated. So it is a vegan product for those who that matters to. And it says what it does: super refreshing, continuous 360 non-aerosol mister. So if that matters to you, being non-aerosol, there's that. Delivers even and controlled weightless application. It really does. I just love the fine mist. I love how it continues to spray. There's no spitting or anything like that. So I appreciate that. It says it makes makeup waterproof to help prevent makeup from cracking or caking or fading, which I knew that, but I never thought to test it out as I was playing around with it this month. That's really interesting that it would make it waterproof. Maybe I'll have to put that to the test. That could make it, you know, worth the money maybe. It says it has rose flower water plus cucumber fruit water to help maintain the pH balance and soothe skin. So that may or may not be a good thing to some of you if you're sensitive to like rose or anything like that. But it says, as always, it's formulated without parabens, mineral oil, phthalates, triclosan, I don't know if I've heard of that, sodium lauryl sulfate, and gluten. So there are some good things about this. But yeah, you just have to decide for yourself if it's something like worth the money for you guys. I really did enjoy it, so I may be tempted to purchase in the future. But if you guys watch my makeup basket videos and you've seen my drawer filled with setting sprays, you know that I do not need to be purchasing any new setting sprays before I use up a few more that I already have. But I do actually use setting spray quite a bit. I go through it pretty quickly. So anyways, I did enjoy that. It was my favorite thing that I tried from Tarte this month. Let's move on to the Tarte Foundcealer. So this says it's a multitasking foundation. I got the shade 35G Medium Golden, and I feel like I'm at a loss for words, clearly, because I don't quite know what to think about this foundation still. I mentioned this in my previous video when I was showing it in action, and I like this foundation, but it's kind of, I feel like maybe just missing a few things that I prefer in a foundation. So let me just read the claims really quick so you guys can know a little bit more about it, and then I could kind of gather my thoughts a little bit. I feel like that helps. So it says it's a vegan skincare foundation, aka your total complexion solution. This vegan makeup and skincare hybrid delivers an ultra comfortable, natural, radiant finish and medium customizable coverage so you can live your day your way. What it does, it helps to hydrate and give the appearance of plumper skin while minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It protects the skin with SPF 20. It's formulated with nourishing Super Balm Babasu, essential fatty acids, and antioxidants. You can get light coverage when you apply with your fingertips, light to medium coverage when you use their sponge, which I actually do have their sponge, and then if you want medium coverage, use their Foundcealer brush. So they have specific tools to use with it, which I'm sure you can use whatever tools you have. Okay, so here's the thing. I do like this foundation, but it's not one that I would be a main preference for me for a couple of reasons. For one, it says it's a natural radiant finish. However, I find that it is a little bit more of a dewy finish. It doesn't quite, it'll dry down, but it still dries down with a little bit of tact to it, which I prefer a product to dry down where there's no like tack or dewiness to it. It doesn't have to be like super matte or anything like that, but I like to be able to, you know, touch and feel my face without feeling product, and I feel like this does leave a little bit too radiant of a finish for my personal preference. I think this will be a finish that a lot of people would really like, but it's just not my personal preference. As well, it is a very, very light coverage. Even though it says it can be built up to medium coverage, it doesn't claim to be full coverage, which I appreciate. It's not claiming to be anything it's not, although I feel like it's a little bit throws you because the foundation name is Foundcealer, so it makes it feel like a foundation and concealer in one, making it seem like it's going to be up to full coverage, so I feel like that throws me a little bit, but it definitely is not. It does say that if you want the medium coverage to apply with a brush, but I did apply this with like a foundation brush, and I didn't actually like the way it applied with a brush. It just, it didn't look well, so I prefer to use it with a sponge, but of course with a sponge you're not getting as much coverage. So what I would started doing and really enjoyed doing was using it with a stippling brush first to really disperse the product and get more as full or medium coverage as I could, and then I went in with the sponge that they sent over. It is dirty because I haven't washed it since the last time I used it, and then kind of go over it to make sure everything looks seamless and fully blended, and I really like that. But even with that application, it was pretty light coverage, so a lot of my blemishes and things, especially concerning my chin, still would show through, and so that doesn't bother me too much because I don't feel like I need full coverage. I don't need everything to be covered up, but I don't feel like it was as flattering as other foundations that I like that are very thin foundations, lightweight foundations, but still give better coverage. So of course you guys probably know by now I'm comparing it to the Pure Cosmetics Love Your Selfie foundation, which is and has become my absolute holy grail foundation. Whenever I'm trying other foundations, I miss using that foundation so much. It's just the best. The way it applies, it's so easy. With a brush, with a sponge, no matter how you use it, it applies and it looks beautiful, and I just love it. It's easy to use. It dries down really nicely, but it's not too matte. It looks natural on the skin. It's just so good. So whenever I'm trying other foundations, I kind of am a little bit harsh and biased because I just compare them to the Pure Cosmetics foundation. So this does really even out the skin. You can kind of tell and judge for yourself in the clips that you've seen and in my other videos, like what it looks like on my skin. I feel like it evens it out and makes my skin look nice, but up close it's still very, like, so much of my blemishes and things like that are showing through, which may or may not be a good thing to you guys. So I'm just letting you know what this product does, and you can decide for yourself if it's a product that you think would work for you or that would suit your preferences. I'm not wearing it today. Today, in case you're curious, I'm wearing the CoverGirl Healthy Vitalist foundation, which is a lot more full coverage, so that's what you're seeing on my face today. But anyways, I think it's a nice foundation. I was really glad to be able to test it out. I love that it has these skincare benefits and properties to it. I like that it is very hydrating. and does feel really, really nice on the skin, but it felt like in the end I ended up needing to use a lot more powders with it to really get it to set down, and that almost kind of defeats the purpose of it being like hydrating and like radiant and things like that. So I don't know, if you're someone who doesn't mind a radiant, kind of a little bit more dewy finish and doesn't like to use a lot of powders, I think you would love this. And especially if you're someone who already has really nice skin or doesn't mind that your blemishes and natural, you know, things show through, you would really love this. There's not really anything wrong with this foundation, but just preference wise is all I can say is that it's just not necessarily for me or one that I would call a favorite, but a really nice foundation. I did enjoy using it this past month. And then really quickly, just touching on the sponge, I think it's a really nice sponge. Let me see if I can see how much the sponge costs, because depending on how much this costs, I was gonna say you don't need it. There's so many really affordable sponges. I didn't feel like there was anything super special about this. This is $16 sponge, so that's a little pricey for sponges. There's a lot more affordable ones out there. Beauty Junkies carries a variety of different shapes and types of sponges that are really, really affordable. They're among my favorites, so I would say you don't necessarily need this sponge. It was really nice. I do like the shape. I like how it's flat on both sides because I prefer a more flat edge when applying my foundation. I do appreciate that it has this pointy edge so you can get in, you know, the under eyes and things like that. So it's a nice sponge, but I wouldn't say like you need it because there's a lot more affordable options out there. All right, and then lastly, I have this Maracuja Glossy Lip Oil. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on right now. It smells really good. Okay, but this is a $15 gloss, and as I mentioned in my previous video, I do not love the packaging. It's this like cheapy brush applicator, which is not my favorite for lip products. I just find that like so cheap, and I feel like for Tarte, for like a high-end brand, they could have done better. For a $15 gloss, I'm not loving that, but I do love the way it smells. I really love the way it feels on the lips. It's a thicker gloss. It's not super, super sticky, and it's really comfortable to wear, and it stays on the lips a long time. A few things about it. It says it's infused with our powerhouse Maracuja oils plus macadamia seed oils, safflower seed oil, olive fruit oil, vitamin E, and acai to condition the lips. It is very nice and conditioning, and it's this like light sheer pink color. It's nice. I'm glad to have received it, and I've been enjoying using it, but I don't know if it's a gloss you absolutely need to run out and get. Unless any of those things sounds like something you absolutely want or need in your life for your lips. But yeah, anyways, a really nice gloss, but not in love with the way they decided to package it, and $15 is kind of expensive for this type of packaging. But maybe it's the packaging, all the you know, cost goes into the product, because it is a really nice product. So anyways, really enjoyed that, but I'm kind of being a little bit picky, I feel like, towards Tarte, and I feel really bad because I recently just was put on their PR list. So I hope they're not the type, if they watch this video, to kick somebody off the PR list for being brutally honest. But I always try to be honest with you guys and share my true thoughts and opinions on products, whether it was, like I said earlier in the video, whether I received them free or not. I'm always going to be honest with you, and I did really enjoy these products, but just, you know, not everything's going to be a win or you know, the perfect preference for somebody. These might be products you like, and that's why I like to share a lot of the information about them. And even if it's something I don't like, that doesn't mean it's a bad product. It might be something that you like about the product. So the radiant finish thing, like that might be something you like or want in a product, but just for me, not my personal preference. So not a bad product, the foundation especially, a really nice product, just not my preference. But I really did love this setting spray quite a bit. But anyways, that is it for Beauty Replay and my updated thoughts and opinions on all the new or new to me products that I tested out the previous month, or I guess technically this month, since we're hosting this a little bit early. But yeah, that wraps up this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and seeing the products in action, as well as hearing my updated thoughts. I just want to make a quick mention again about the Formulate giveaway. Do not forget to enter that. Definitely encourage you guys to enter. The giveaway ends on the 6th, so do not forget. But anyways, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!